Oh, well, welcome back again to Donegal. Same day, different location. And thankfully, the rain has now passed through. Yeah, pretty heavy rain all morning. There was definitely not going to be any other images to be made this morning, but still nice to be out. So we've come a little bit further south in Donegal, and again one of the beaches that I used to bring the workshop. Again, it's all about just lovely textures and patterns in the rocks, especially. Now, high tide was about an hour ago. You can walk right the way out the strand. In fact, you still can if you go up and over. But I'm probably just going to focus on this little area. Say high tide was about an hour ago, and this whole area here completely washes back out again, just leaving a little bit in the middle. But as you can see, just some phenomenal textures and patterns in the rocks, so that's what we're going to look for. Now, pretty optimal conditions right now. Direct sunlight in behind the cloud, nice and diffused, but we do have some breaks in those clouds, and when it comes out it's a little bit too bright, so I'll go and try to find something. So it's funny, you come across a little intimate scene, and with your eye it looks absolutely beautiful. You know, over time those curves have been made and it just looks wonderful. And then you kind of try to get it to work with the camera. Now, given the fact that we have got sort of reasonably bright conditions, I'm not even overly concerned with having to use the tripod, so I've got pretty much free rein in terms of movement with the camera, but I just don't really see it working. So I've actually switched my attention instead to these rocks behind me. Now, I don't shoot a lot of black and white, but it's a black and white kind of day. And by the way, huge rip current out there. You definitely don't want to be caught in that. Obviously what's happening is the tide's kind of flowing out against the tide coming in against this channel, and it just creates havoc here. So yeah, anyway, so shooting a little bit of black and white, handheld again, because we've got some lovely brighter conditions showing through now. So, and these textures and these rocks are just fantastic. So yeah, but disappointed with this because it looks like it should work, and maybe someone with a better eye than me in these sort of intimate scenes, or maybe with slightly better light, but at the moment it's just very harsh, creating lots of shadows, but the rocks are just beautiful. Right, black and white head on. So that sun has disappeared back in again, so back to the little intimate scenes, and the tide now has moved out, which has allowed me to come further along. And I've come across this little scene here, and I just loved how the rock almost twisted on itself. Actually put me in the mood for one of those chocolate twist things you get from Starbucks or Costa or whatever. Haven't had one of those in months. And that's what I love. I love just the, shaped by nature. Nothing to do with man here. It's just, I mean, literally, if you're into your sort of like little abstract beach rock scenes, this is days and days of just fun, especially as that tide is now out and we're able to sort of explore the whole beach. Now, not going to do that, been here lots of times before, but yeah, it's a stunning place. and fantastic for those little intimate scenes. So yeah, I just loved how that rock was just twisting on itself. It has dulled over maybe a little bit too much now. I would love just maybe a little more light, a little bit of reflective light. But with that direct sunlight now being covered by the clouds, we can continue on with some abstracty intimate shots. So let's do that. A little bit of a change of scene. The other great place about this location is there's a bit of a sort of a dune system with some beautiful grass, and there was actually just a couple of individual clouds floating past, and so I set myself up in a kind of portrait orientation, fully polarized the scene to really bring out those dark blues with a sort of feeling being that we're going to convert this to black and white filter on. And I've also put a 4-stop ND on as well, and just to slightly slow that shutter speed because there's quite a breeze blowing, and I kind of want to give some movement in the grass. And so it's just a really sort of simple scene with just an individual cloud up in the sky. Quite like that. And of course, oh, let me just, there you go. You know me and my grasses. Love me a bit of grass, me. Right, I think we'll wander on and we'll see whether we can get one more image before wrapping this one up. What a difference in the weather from earlier on. Yeah, it looked like we were going to get sort of mostly just bright blue skies down there, so no chance of any more intimate scenes. Thinking again, black and white. Right, let's see whether we can get one more image. So, nothing else doing. That was the last of the images from the day. The sun came out pretty strong after that, made that final image, which meant that a lot of the intimate scenes I was hoping for, I was unable to capture. I love this whole area. It was always a pleasure to lead my residential workshops there. Along with the locations shown in these past 2 videos, you of course have other locations such as Shrove Lighthouse, Culdaff, the castles, and of course not forgetting Malin cue Star Wars music. For now though, I hope you've enjoyed this little break across the border. Another couple of vlogs from Donegal coming up in the not too distant future. I'll leave you with a few additional images made over the years from this area to give you a feeling as to the potential here. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.